All right, everybody, welcome back. It's been a great off season, especially for the Bryant Handball team, and we got a lot to talk about this year. Um, my name is Marvin Secure, and I'm the coach of the boys Bryant Handball team for PSAL in the Queens One division. Um, we have two guys coming back to help us, and one new guy joining our podcast this year. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Eric, and I was second singles for last year.
I'm Jeremiah, and I'm second singles this year.
I'm Arturo, and I was third singles for last year.
And
And team captain. I don't want to mention it. I don't want to mention it for another time. Yes, I am team captain. For
so,
last year.
so we did mention a lot of things in the last recap video. If you want to check that out, I'll leave that link in the description. There's a lot that we talked about at the end of last season, but there's a lot of things that have sort of changed in the off season that we can talk about. Yeah, pretty excited for this season. Just started. Today is March 18th, so there has been one day of handball already. So some matches have already been entered onto PSAL. Got a lot to talk about with teams that might make a deep run that have been rebuilding and might make a name for themselves this year. Some other teams that might be coming back and just trying to vie for a championship. Division talks, just like looking through each division and seeing which teams might take it, and some hot takes, and just overall again just picking who might win the championship this year. So without further ado, and also players to look out for as well. So without further ado, let's start with the first one. So there's 59 handball teams here, and not all of them are really prominent. But this year, it seems like there might be some new teams that might make a good name for themselves this year that haven't really made too much noise in the past. So some dark horse teams to look out for. Anyone want to take it away from the start?
I'll start off for this one. I'm thinking maybe Atlas or newcomers, since I've looked at the roster. I'm pretty sure they still have a lot of their players from last year.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
So a lot of people with experience, And I know they practiced a lot. We've seen them like last year and like a little bit between the summer. So I think they're for sure going to be like a team to look out for again.
Yeah, agreed. Anyone want to jump in? About Atlas?
About Atlas.
About Atlas, yeah.
I'll start off. I want to point out they did not have the best start of the season. They did lose 5-0 to Aviation, but that doesn't mean much. To succeed into Aviation's a very good team. Obviously, there's a three-peat, but they do have a good enough roster to go deeper, and I do say they shouldn't be discouraged about how they started off.
Yeah, I agree. You're also going to see here, there's actually a lot of substitutes in. Their second singles didn't play. So you're going to see Amir was third. Amir is third in their lineup. He moved up to second. And there's a couple other guys, I think, that weren't playing neither. I don't see Wilder on this list neither. So they had at least two substitutes in this game. So yeah, there's quite a bit of blowouts in this game. But I think some of these scores we can take with a grain of salt. Amir at third singles moving up to 2 and scoring 11 is pretty good. Also, I think I do want to mention a lot of these students were on another, a lot of these students are at another school. And if you take a look at the last video we talked about, I thought a lot of these students from Gotham Tech High School, they moved locations, and they're actually like a block or two away from Bryant High School now. So I thought they were actually going to all need to play for us, but I guess PSAL let them play for newcomers one last year because a lot of these guys are returning from that school. So basically, with the All Access program, a lot of them are playing for newcomers, and I guess they allowed them to play for newcomers again. Like names like, I think, Amir. There's a lot of them. I don't remember which ones. I think Fabian also went there, the first singles. And there's a lot of them who actually don't go to newcomers and go to Gotham Tech. And I thought they were supposed to play for Bryant, but it's good that they're back for newcomers. Hopefully, newcomers will make a lot of noise this year. It's unfortunate they're in a division with us in Aviation, but I think they should make playoffs this year. I do think so.
I can go.
Yeah, go ahead.
So me personally, I think Midwood. All right, because basically, first of all, their first singles, Aiden Muhammad. I think he'll probably win most of their games in their division, and also they have like a top coach that like is obviously like very skilled, and he can train all of their students, all of his students to become better.
Do you have any idea what's going on with Aiden with not being in the lineup right now? He's inactive. Is it his grades or is it medical? Probably he needs to
I
get
think
his
it's
medical.
probably his medical. He's a good kid.
Okay, yeah, that's probably it. I wouldn't necessarily also say they're rebuild or sorry, they're a dark horse team, but they've always been pretty good. This is definitely a team to look out for, Midwood. I honestly don't know much about anyone on this list besides Aiden. So, but
Yeah, but like Jerry said, Erick Lee, great coach. Great coach. So
yeah,
there's always room for improvement.
yeah.
Okay, for the third team, I want to mention Telecom. I don't know their full name.
Took
But
my answer.
they've always been. I'm not sure if they are in the same division as Midwood. I think I'm just tweaking. Are they?
They are.
They are. Okay. I just want to mention that since we did mention that they're a little bit of a rebuild, we don't want to mention rebuild, but they've always been a good team. But I want to mention since they are in a rebuild, Telecom has the opportunity to take that top spot in that Brooklyn division since Midwood has always been on top. And that's all I want to say.
Yeah, this could be a chance for Telecom to win their division this year. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Everybody who was in the starting lineup is theoretically returning. I haven't had time to compare, but I guess everyone should be a senior if they're all the same. But I guess some guys have stepped up and are going to be really carrying this team, I suppose. Right? So they had nobody graduate from their lineup, so it should be good to see. Maybe this could be their chance to take the division this year. Telecom and Midwood. We'll see though. So I was actually also going to say Telecom. I'm going to go to another division in Brooklyn. I'm going to say the other team that we've actually been talking about a lot over the offseason. That's Brooklyn's secondary. Their first game went 4-1. I would expect them to really be 5-0ing a lot more teams, but this first doubles, I guess, maybe had an off day. But you can see these other scores here too, just blowing this team out, Lafayette. And they had a lot of guys coming back, I believe, like 4 or 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys should be coming back. And I think we also talked about last year in the semi or quarterfinals where the first singles actually beat Melvin. And we know Melvin's actually a really good player. We've seen Cardozo like for the last 2 years in the playoffs, so we know Melvin very well. And for him to get left on 10 is a pretty good feat.
He's nasty like that?
The
Yes.
Melvin or the first singles of Brooklyn secondary?
Why? Why have I never seen him play?
You don't know, man. If
I
you
don't
know, you
know.
know.
It's a great question. I mean, the school's far. I've reached out to that coach for a scrimmage a few times. It's just never worked out, I guess. But we have played them in the playoffs before your time. How much did Andy leave Melvin on? 10, same score. So that I don't know. That guy must be decent. I don't know about the rest of the team, but I think like they should have a good shot. I'm gonna go Brooklyn secondary as my dark horse.
Nice.
Let me see here. Yeah, 4-1. Yeah, guys returning. We'll see how it goes. So what do you guys think about any teams that might be struggling a little more this year? Maybe teams that might need a rebuild, lost some key pieces, might not have the
Yeah.
greatest season that they might think they will be or have had in the past.
Me personally, I think Staten Island Tech because all of their seniors from last year, like they're gone. I'm pretty sure, and like they're just gonna have to rebuild their team because like last year they had like a solid roster, and this year is gonna be harder because they have to like rebuild everybody.
Oh, that's a great choice. So, anybody want to jump in?
With MSIT or just like
MSIT. You can go next after though.
MSIT. Oh, like you said, they were building, right? Who
Yeah,
were they
teams we
losing?
think might be rebuilding.
Who did they lose exactly?
They lost their first singles
Oh,
who
they
we've
lost second
seen.
doubles.
The second doubles was very strong.
They basically lost everybody here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a tough rebuild for them, like Jerry said. You know, to be expected.
Yeah, every team
A
has
lot of
their
these
ups and
teams.
downs. This may be a down year for them, but I don't think they're going to necessarily be terrible. I think Staten Island Tech usually they usually have a great team. I'd be very surprised if this team doesn't still go 10-0 in the Staten Island, areas just because of the other teams. But I mean, we'll see. I think they'll still be like 5-0ing a lot of teams here. But I think when playoffs comes around, you might be right. They might be losing in the quarterfinals or, yeah, I think like quarterfinals maybe. Which I guess wouldn't be they lost in the quarterfinals last year too. Yeah, I think it might be around the same for them when they start playing actual really good teams. Eric, do you had another team in mind?
Well, right now the only clear one I have in my head is Queens Tech, obviously.
Yeah.
Last year they had a really strong team. Came out of nowhere, really strong. But I'm pretty sure they were all like basically seniors. So now they can have like a full rebuild that they really had to make, and that coach is gonna have to work really hard to get their players up to that level that they were before. Like that team is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
Every senior, not one young player.
Everybody is a senior again.
They're
Gonna have to
gone.
rebuild next year again.
Well, no, sorry, that
No,
was
no,
last
no,
year's
no.
roster.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be a little rough for Coach DeVoe for sure. Yeah, especially after this first game.
No, but that coach, he's passionate. He
Yeah,
wants the best for his team. So
Yeah.
you know,
but
he's
this
not gonna
is
give up just like that.
this is a rough score line to see against Arts and Business. No offense to Arts and Business. No offense to Arts and Business, but this is really rough. Some of these scores.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This is going to be a rebuild for Coach DeVoe for sure.
But he's starting from like basically nothing again. So it's like
Yeah.
can't really blame him too much.
1, 2,
Takes
3,
time.
4. It's got four players who probably would be coming back. Someone did mention, I think, I don't know if it's true yet. Someone said the second doubles is both females.
Really?
So, yeah. These two? I mean, I'm not sure, but
Wait, let me see.
these two?
Oh, I don't know them.
I don't know them neither. We'll find out, I guess.
I thought Shirley.
Nah, joking.
Any other ones?
A rebuilding team.
Yeah.
I don't want to say. I mean, I do want to say one. We mentioned him literally like 5 minutes ago. I do want to mention Midwood again. They lost from my memory. Joseph Trance, Elvis Wu, and a bunch of other teams. That team went to. We met them in a scrim. They went 3-2 with us, even though we were a little. We were missing some starters, but this team has always been a very, very, very strong team. We were Eric. Another shout out to Eric Lee. He's very good. He's known for bringing players, training them, making them very, very good. We do not know any of these players, but it only takes 3 to win. It's all I'm saying. But we will see them. If we see them, hopefully they'll be good. But for now, they're just one of those teams that.
Question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. My choice, I know Eric will disagree with me a little, but I think Bayside might be having a bit of a regress this year. Just looking at the good kids that they lost from last year. Obviously, the big one we know, John
Yes.
Medina, Thatch. There was one more, I think. Oh, the doubles. Yeah, the 2 doubles guys. It's a lot of key pieces that Bayside relied on last year. especially Medina, who won this game. In the Bayside game, definitely had to be Medina and a couple guys, right? Thatch won, and then the first doubles, yeah. Like those are key pieces. And then just looking at this, that younger Medina brother is gonna have a lot to carry this year, so he'll have to, we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure about the rest of these guys yet. Oh, but they did pick up Matthew Kong from Francis Lewis. He did transfer over, so that's good. I think Bayside might have a bit of a struggle. Obviously they'll still make playoffs. I think with some of these teams that are there, should beat these guys. We'll see. It really depends on them and Francis Lewis. Yeah, they got 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, actually that means their schedule. They would have other teams too from the other division. Yeah, they play York and they play. What's the other team they play? I don't know. They play another team in that other. Oh, and Adams. So those. I don't know. Yeah, they'll still make playoffs, but I think it's a bit of a regress for them. We're okay? Any other teams?
Yeah. No, we're good.
All right, let's go through some of these divisions. I know some of these we honestly have never really looked at, but we can just go through and just make our predictions on who's going to win the division. Let's start with Manhattan Bronx 2.
Okay.
I'll just go down this list. They can be quick. If you have no idea of some of these teams, that's okay too.
I mean, we played science, right? We played Bronx Science, right?
Yes, we did.
When you guys were juniors, yes, we did.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a pretty consistent kind of team.
Yeah.
I don't really know how their bracket works, but they weren't bad. They did pretty good.
Yeah,
So
I'd
I
probably
think
go
I
Bronx
could see
Science
them
in this
probably,
division.
winning that bracket or that division.
I'd go Bronx Science, yeah. I don't see much that would change my mind. They usually win this division. They usually just always win this division. I don't see much to change my mind here neither. Brooklyn 4.
I do have my eye on Goldstein, simply just because, I mean, obviously Brooklyn secondary is up there. They literally just won their first game, but the season just started, and Goldstein did not play. Goldstein has always been one of those teams that, I mean, I found out about them 2 years ago, and then last year they were decent. And we just have to see time. I just want to mention now Goldstein.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I could see them ranking high up in that bracket too. And then Brooklyn Steelers, obviously, you have Michael Katz, so obviously, I think that's gonna be I think they'll take it.
Yeah,
overall.
secondary. Me too.
Yeah.
Goldstein should be all right. Madison,
Yeah,
I
but
think
Goldstein
Madison might
should be
also.
good.
Madison too. Usually has an okay team. But I think Brooklyn secondary is just going to go 10-0. Well, depending on the other two teams they play in the other division too, who they have. They got this telecom game here, and then they also have, was it Lincoln? No, sorry, not Lincoln. They have FDR. So they have FDR and telecom. So that telecom game should be a good one for them to look at. Telecom Brooklyn secondary should be a pretty good game. Okay, Manhattan Bronx 1. This should be, yep.
Oh.
Probably Stuyvesant.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it, just probably Stuyvesant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Stuyvesant. I don't really think these other teams are gonna be too crazy. Chelsea Tech, the coach, I love that coach. I think he'll usually have a good team that might go 6-4, 7-3. But I think Stuyvesant usually is the better team in this division. They usually win, and I don't think there's gonna be any change. So 9-1 this year. So I think Stuyvesant. Brooklyn 2. This one is usually the question mark division. Yeah, we can go past this one. I mean, usually All City wins this division. I think every year. Oh, I lied. EBC won last year. Yeah, All City won the last 2 years after that. Yeah. They none of these teams ever reply to my emails for scrimmages, and we never face them in playoffs. So for some reason, the bracket just never puts us against any of these teams. I really have no idea, but we can go All City here. We can skip this one. Queens 2.
Mm,
Mm, mm, I'm thinking like Town Center Forest.
no, I can
Yeah.
see Forest because I know some of their players have been playing at what is it at I forgot what it's called, but they've been playing a lot at like one of these parks, and like I've heard people talking about them, so I know like they're putting in the work. I'm pretty sure it's the guy that Arturo played
They just beat
specifically.
Townsend Harris yesterday.
Yeah.
Townsend Harris
Oh,
had a
they
sub
did?
or two, but they just beat Townsend Harris. Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Potter.
yeah.
And
He
his
left
name's
the
all
Townsend
Potter.
first singles on 4.
Yeah. Oh, and against James, right?
That's not him, right?
Yeah, that is
That is
the
James.
Oh.
James guy.
I
Yeah,
remember James was giving me the work back then, but
yeah. These
Didn't you
4
leave him
still
on 4,
kids.
Eric? Isn't that around the number that you left him on?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, Forest Hills is a team that didn't succeed in last year's
Last
division.
year, yeah.
And just in the best way to put it, but they got a new division, new teams. They got a new chance to succeed, and hopefully, the best of them.
I'm gonna go York. I just think York. I think they usually win. This could be different. It might be Forest Hills. I think just because like Coach Hove does work his guys, and I think his guys actually do want to win a lot. But I think York just has like usually has like a lot of kids. Oh, this year Forest Hills
Wow.
won. York. I think York just usually has a lot of. Oh, he only has 11 kids this year, but I don't know. I remember this first singles working. He was at like one of the tournaments over the summer as well for ICHA. Justin beat him, but some kids want it.
Oh,
So
him.
yeah. The one that Justin played in the first round, right? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brooklyn won.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Like Jeremy puts in his handwork. Oh wait,
Yeah.
Brooklyn Tech. Oh, I
Yeah.
think Brooklyn Tech.
yeah. I think sometimes Park's gonna be close though too.
Yeah.
Like, high up there.
Um,
They're usually pretty good.
I just asked you about that one guy, the first singles. His stuff wasn't in yet or something. I don't know. Maybe he didn't give in his medical, but Jeremy Kendia is not on this roster.
Yeah.
He's a good player though.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to him, or where is he? But if he does join, then they do get him. I mean, it's gonna be a lethal team, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't. He's not on anything yet. I'd probably still go Brooklyn Tech. Speaking of Brooklyn Tech, though, they did only go 4-1 in this game against A Tech. I do think that is a problem down the road.
No.
Their second
Their
singles
second
lost to 6,
singles.
and I think that's the actual second singles too.
Yeah.
It is. So that's something to look at because if I don't know, Brooklyn Tech should not be dropping any games against A Tech with their starters in general. That's really something to think about. I still go Brooklyn Tech. Don't get it twisted. Brooklyn 3.
I'll go with Telecom. Just because Midwood lost so many players. That many players leaving and just dropping, it does hurt. Depending on depending on who's up and next.
I think I'd still go with Midwood here, only because I think it's with great Erick Lee as a coach, and they still have Aiden Mohammed. He has a lot of experience, 4 years, whatever. So obviously, still I think Midwood's still somehow gonna take this division.
Yeah, Midwood's like always pretty solid.
I like the hot take, Arturo. No offense to Coach Lee. This is a podcast where we get proven wrong. I think I'm also going to go Telecom just because they have a lot of experience. A lot of experience that might outweigh Midwood's new guys this year. So we'll see. So we will see. This is a division to definitely look at. Midwood Telecom. I think that don't want to count the other teams out. I know Fort Hamilton can be good sometimes, and FDR too back in the day. I mean, I don't know, but Midwood and Telecom is definitely something to look at there. Queens won. Queens won.
This is
This is the one. This is the one. This is the division.
division.
Yes.
Brian.
Go ahead, Jerry. Oh,
Brian.
Arturo?
I think like non-biased or not biased.
No bias.
no bias.
Just
No
simply
bias.
on paper, Aviation has new team. I mean, we also have new players, but Aviation is lost a lot of players. I think they lost every player, but and Queens Tech lost every player. They just lost their most recent game. Uh, Atlas just lost to Arts and Business, and we just beat, and Brian just beat LIC. Just simply on paper, I got Brian, of course.
Unbiased, Brian. I know our guys. I know they're good. I think they can easily take this division easily with no problems at all.
Yeah, not to toot our own horn. This is unbiased, and you guys have seen my picks in the past. Like, I'll be unbiased. Like, if I think we're gonna lose, I'll say we'll lose. Tomorrow's game is really gonna just decide the division. Tomorrow's game, just really how it goes. I think we should probably at the very least 4-1, and I think there's one game in particular that we know that is gonna be like a decent game, but I think the other four games, I'm not gonna say which game, but they probably know too. I mean, like the rest of the games though, I think our guys should handily win. So yeah, Brian, you want me to say it? Yeah, I don't know why I'm hiding it. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's all public information. It's the first doubles. The first doubles should be a really good game tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know about this lineup, and it's whatever. Like
Oh
it's
wow.
just trust the
We're going-
judgment.
we're going-
But
we're going in there?
Emmanuel first doubles is kind of crazy.
that is pretty crazy. It's whatever. I mean, just the judgment of the coach and the players. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be,
We'll see what happens
non-stacky.
tomorrow anyways.
I don't see a position next to Timon. Wait, no, is he? Is
He is there. Maybe his paperwork is late. Maybe they'll switch it tomorrow. I don't know,
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't know why he's. For someone who started in the finals, third singles, also just not being in the lineup, that's a little weird. Maybe they'll insert him later. It's the beginning of the season, so it's not like it's like illegal or something. It's just,
It is not.
yeah. Maybe they'll just put him in later. It's not a big deal. Okay, next one. So Staten Island 1, we can go Staten Island Tech.
Yes, we don't know.
Or sorry, Staten Island 2, we can go Staten Island Tech.
Oh,
And then
for sure.
Staten Island 1, I don't know, it doesn't matter.
We don't know.
Whoever
Most
goes,
of these
goes.
teams-
And then Queens 3.
Ooh,
Cardozo, like
yeah, no,
they're too strong
agree
for
with
their
you.
division.
yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Cardozo, they still have a lot of the returning guys, and they were good back then. I don't think they're gonna fall down
Mhm.
anytime soon.
we know every single player from first singles to at least half of their first doubles. I mean their first doubles is still some of them. Someone's not in, but those first three singles, they're really with that first singles in just one in what's his name, LIO, and we know those second and third singles as well. Yeah, Colin and Johnson and Leo.
Very strong players, just stepping up right now.
We see them in LAO. We don't know how it's going to transfer to one wall, but it should be good enough
Yeah.
for to win the division.
Very, very solid roster lineup. I think they are still missing one player that they're gonna add soon. And that guy is very strong. These guys are like, dude, at LAO, all the Cardozo kids are like 6 feet tall, and like all of us are like 5 feet tall. I'm like, why is our team so short? Or I don't know. Or the Dozo kids are so tall. It's crazy, and they're strong. But David versus Goliath, I guess. I don't know. Size wise, not skill wise, because
Looking at
skill
you,
wise is
Jerry.
a different
Looking at
story.
you, Jerry.
Players to look out for.
Okay.
We could go 1 or 2 players, honestly. There's a bunch of guys out there that we should shout out. So if you guys know 1 or 2, we can shout them out and keep going.
I'll go first right now. I think obviously Arts and Business is really strong first singles right now. Sensei or Kevin, as he's known.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
That's right. He's jumping into the sport like small ball in general, like one of the first times ever, and he's already a really good big ball player. So it'll carry on, and he's shown it like already that he's gonna be pretty good. And he obviously has way more room to get better and actually play small ball. So yeah, I can see him as like a really key player this year for sure.
Yeah, that this game on March 26th, I mean, we should win. Bryant should win. But one game is going to be really, really exciting to watch and see, and that's Kevin Sensei versus Andy. I really wish we could have gotten Kevin on our team. There's parameters and things that PSAL does, and He needed to go to arts and business, which is fine. But yeah, and we know Sensei's crazy. He's coming out of nowhere. He'll join this team. He'll do it for the love of the game. Maybe train these guys. Arts and business. The coach is a great man. Hopefully, this builds the program up and gets attraction. Building off of Kevin, we go to Bryant again, and we're gonna go to Andy Castillo, March 26th.
Wow.
That's gonna be a great game. Like Andy is a 4-year player on my team, and I just love that kid. Gives me a headache, but he is the man. He has carried us every year as a freshman, third singles, sophomore, second, junior, and senior year, first singles. And I think he's going to be a big deal this upcoming year, this season. I think he's going to make a lot of noise. At the end of the season recap last year, I said I don't think there's going to be anyone who comes in Andy's way. I might need to take that back. There's just a lot of new competition coming out, but I still think Andy is one of the best. He might still be the best. But I definitely need to take back my words. I've seen a lot of guys grinding and just really working hard. And really, Andy's got a target on his back. I think everybody expects Andy to be the best. So, Andy Castillo.
I'm gonna go next. I want to go to the LAO champ this year. Though he smoked every one of us. I'm gonna shout out Colin Laya. Dozo, he was the third singles last year. I did play him. I don't want to he's just been dominant. I mean, it's only one with 4-wall, but he's gonna be very good. He's obviously their first singles, and this guy, he has a passion for the sport. He if there's, and like you said, they do. Andy has a target on his back. This team, I don't want to say much, but I feel like they do have I don't want to say a grudge against us, because it was us for 2 years back to back that did eliminate them in playoffs. And I think, just again, Colin is just one of those players that he's obviously just going to be the one to worry about for every single team.
Agreed.
For me, I'd probably say Aiden Muhammad, because he's actually really good, and he's actually very consistent, and he has also a very great coach. And also, he smoked me in LIO this year in doubles. I got second place.
It happens.
Any other big names?
Big names? No.
I'd like to shout out, Jason Medina. Obviously, yeah, he's always had John there to help him out, and I played him before, when it's not about what happened in that game, but I see he hits good shots. He has pretty good serve. And obviously, he's been there for a long time, so I think he's gonna be a big problem. Not a big problem, but he's gonna be a solid player for sure. Key player in his team as first singles. So, yeah, Jason Medina for sure.
Yeah, let's go back to that Brooklyn secondary first singles. Michael
Okay.
Katz. Yeah.
Yep.
Just want to talk about why did I click that one? Sorry. Just want to talk about how, it's really impressive to beat that first singles from Cardozo.
Marvin Chen,
Leave
10.
him at 10.
Yeah.
The Marvin Chen.
Yeah, this is a big deal. And we don't really see this guy often. He's in Brooklyn. The whole team is in Brooklyn. He did go to a couple of or maybe one ICHA tournament. I saw him on the participants list. Just got to keep coming out and show face. One person can really change the mindset of an entire team. And this should be a very big deal for Brooklyn secondary, just to understand that they can really build off of this success. Going to quarterfinals and then going to the second round. I mean, this year they have a lot of kids coming back. This is a big deal for them. They can make a pretty deep run into the playoffs if they really stick to it, stick together, and just keep going out there and practicing hard. Michael Katz.
Yeah.
You have a second one, Arturo Jeremiah?
Yeah. Actually, you reminded me. I want to go quickly, very, very briefly, to Brooklyn Tech's Thiago Manrique.
Yeah, for sure.
Very quickly, we didn't know much about him. It was a big story between when Jeremiah first started. He was the 15 and under. oh my God, Jeremiah's not gonna lose. There's no way they can beat him. We were hyping him up. Even Jeremiah knew it. And then out of nowhere, Thiago Manrique from Book.
Oh, you cut off. Thiago Manrique from Brooklyn Tech smokes Jeremiah in the finals.
Yes, that
Yeah.
did happen.
Yes, that did happen. And then we know what Jeremiah's going to say. Oh, you're back. You got cut off.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm back. Okay. I just want to say, yeah, Thiago put up 21 on him, and he does play, and he is consistent, and he is dedicated.
And Jeremiah was
really
a sore
all we-
loser about it.
Yes. And back to what I was saying, that's all you really need to be successful in this sport. That's really it.
Jeremiah, nice. Yeah, yes, Jeremiah.
All right.
Jeremiah, do you have a second person?
None really in my mind. I don't really know anybody in that second.
All right, so let's get to the big one. Final four teams. I think we can agree on 3 teams this year for sure, who will probably make semifinals. We can just go down the list and just talk about who we think our 4th team is, and then who we think is gonna win everything, and the finals, and then let's go semis, and then finals, and then champion.
I'll go first just to start off with because
Okay.
I got a 14 in mind.
Do you really? This is tough. So
Yes.
go ahead.
I mean, we talked about them enough. I just want to very quickly go to Brooklyn secondary. You know, that's just a team. Is that a hot take? Am I thinking of the wrong one? It's between Brooklyn secondary and Telecom. Oh, that's just I just want to do secondary and just bring on Michael Katz.
Interesting.
And it's just.
Oh my days.
We'll go back to him. This dude's Wi-Fi. I guess he didn't pay his Wi-Fi bill. You got one, Eric? Okay. Jeremiah?
Top 4. Well, obviously we already know what top 3 is. I'd probably say it could be Atlas, but it really depends.
That is even hotter of a take than Arturo's. I mean, it's hard. Atlas?
Oh, wait. Actually, or it could be Midwood. I feel like it could be Midwood. I don't know. Because, they do have a great coach.
Midwood or Erick Lee? That's basically what we've been talking about.
I mean, they're always solid, so maybe. I don't know. I chose still my pick. I was going to say the exact same thing as him.
Why not?
Eric, you look confused.
The top 4 for this year is very, very conflicting.
I agree.
A lot of teams are obviously rebuilding, and teams that were big back then are not going to be as big as they were now.
Yeah.
And,
Top 3, yeah. Top 4?
Top 3 for sure. Top 3 is because you don't have that much rebuilding to do there,
Yeah.
So they have the foundation set for top 3, and this top 4 team is kind of so it's somewhere for sure. And you have a lot of good players on each different team. Obviously you can say art's a business, Sensei Kevin, but obviously you need 3 to win.
Yes.
It's rough, man.
All right, you're going to get last pick then, all right?
I guess so. Yeah, sure.
All right. I think my 4th team is probably Telecom. I honestly am really not sure yet what this 4th team will be. Maybe it'll be clearer in a month, but I think top 3, we all know. Top 3 is obvious, and then the 4th team, after that, the level sort of drops off in most of our eyes. I don't know. I think I'm going to go Telecom just because they have so many guys coming back. I think it has to be Telecom or Brooklyn Secondary are the 2 teams that I'm really looking at that I think will make some big noise this year. We could be completely wrong, honestly. But
Yeah.
I think it'd be those 2. Maybe Stuyvesant. I don't know. Oh, they got a short-handed roster here. Actually, 1, 2, 3. No, they had a lot of guys graduate. I don't know. It's probably Telecom or Brooklyn Secondary. I'll go Telecom just because they got so many guys coming back. Experience really makes a big difference. Erick, hot seat.
I'll go Brooklyn secondary. Just Michael Cass, really good player. And like you said, one player.
All right, that is like the 100th time we've mentioned this team on this podcast.
You said it yourself.
No, yeah.
They could really push someone far. I know that watching other people play, I'm like, oh, I want to get that good. So like maybe like other players feel the same way.
Yeah. One team that we probably should talk about that we haven't spoke about yet today is Francis Lewis. That is a team that probably can be okay this year. Like Francis Lewis or Bayside, who you got? Like these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seniors. It's all their last years. They have remaining guys. I think I have Francis Lewis over Bayside. So
yeah, no, I think I'd have to go with Francis too.
3. They only had 3 guys graduate, to be honest. So this is a team we might be overlooking. It could be Francis Lewis, that 4th team in the semis.
But like, of course, if anyone feels like they know who 4th could be,
Yeah.
it's your opinion. You're entitled to leave that in the comments or anything.
Yes, agreed. Agreed. Why does everybody keep saying top 3 is obvious? What's that top 3?
Oh shoot. Oh wow. We will.
Oh,
What's his top 3?
In 1, 2, 3 order.
Okay. In 1, 2, 3 order or 3, 2, 1?
Bryant, Cardozo, AB.
That's 3, 2, 1.
No, 1, 2, 3.
I think. Okay.
That was 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I think that's pretty obvious. Anyone want to speak on it, or are we just moving on?
What was Jerry's pick again? What was the second thing?
Bryant, Cardozo, AV.
Oh yeah. I mean, the first seed to us it's obvious, but it depends on what the commissioner sees is more important. It's just the success in the Queens division, or the 10 zip from Dozo. Those could go either way, but personally I got Brian, Dozo, and AB.
Yeah, I'm also inclined to go Bryant, Dozo, Aviation. Obviously Bryant, they're strong. I play them still. They're strong. Cardozo, they still have a lot of players from last year, and they're without a doubt really strong now. And I think Aviation is the only team that kind of has
Yeah.
kind of a little bit more of a rebuild and a little bit more downside than both of these teams combined. So that's why I have to go Bryant, Cardozo, Aviation.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. But the only thing is, I do think that the top 2 is definitely going to be a lot closer than we may have thought. So after that LIO tournament, we did see a couple of those key starters that they're going to rely on, and they're definitely better than we thought they would be. They've gotten tremendously better. Gotta shout out Johnson and Leo. They gotten whatever skill level they were last year. I think both of them, especially Leo, have gone like a literal 5x better. It's the same with our kids too, but I think the biggest most improved just off the rip from what I've seen from 4-wall is Leo. I'm genuinely shocked. Jeremiah was not trolling me when he was saying those things. I'm shook. Leo is very good. Now again, 4-wall, 1-wall might be different. And we got belt BTA in 4-wall, but 1-wall's different story. I think it will be close, but I think we are still 1. But definitely way closer than I thought it was. Before that LIO tournament, I thought it was clear, but it is not clear anymore. And yeah, AV is still up there, but I think they're just a tier or 2 under us and Dozo. I think us and we and Dozo should probably be clear-cut finals this year. Any team can get out there and prove us wrong.
Yes.
Not Bryant though.
100%.
Yeah, go
Not
prove Dozo wrong. Please don't prove us wrong.
It's been so long.
Yeah, that 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would probably beat any team we play, like Telecom or Brooklyn Secondary or Midwood in the semis. That's what I would think. Dozo AV, that's going to be a pretty solid matchup if it does happen at 2-3. I think that's going to be a good match And then finals, I think, do we all agree on who we think might win the banner this year? Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean, bias aside, I think this is our time. We'll come back to this and get receipts if we lose, but I think this is Brian's
Let's hope
time.
not.
Any closing remarks?
I got one really quickly. The thing with new guys is just that when they're put in a spot they've never been into, what I'm trying to get to is the fact that Brian's current lineup has never played in a playoff game before, and they're gonna have to instantly get shot up to the finals. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them don't play at their expected level. We've seen how, especially us, we've seen how teams just crack under regular normal pressure in a regular season game. When the game is on the line, when the standard's on the line, don't be surprised if one of our teams just lose.
Yeah. We don't like to crack. We don't want to crack.
No one's cracking here.
Shout out to Miguel Valle before we go. That's my boy right there. Third singles coming to Bryant, transferring.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Coming in hot, really gonna be a key part of this team for 3 years. So yeah. Anybody else want to say some last words?
Nah, that's it.
I'll just go overall, I think it's gonna be a pretty good season. Obviously a lot of teams like you said, prove us wrong. A lot of if you want to be good, it's really up for grabs. If you want to prove yourself, this is kind of the year to do that.
Yeah,
So that's about it.
sure.
If you want it, play hard, try to get it.
for sure. Let's have a great day tomorrow. See you all at the aviation game for sure.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming and your support. Shout out to you guys for sure. Invitationals for LIC. If this does reach other people, who are on handball teams or coaches even, please sign your guys up for invitationals at LIC. Great tournament to have. Just want to get those tournaments back up to what they were back in the day. And I've been doing this for 9 years and this is my bread and butter. Let's just have more guys at invitationals individuals. 2019, it was a lot of teams out there. I saw a lot of teams this is it's the same usual teams that sign up. I want more coaches and players to get there. All right. Sounds good, guys. So, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. And, let's have a great season. Great 2026.
All right.
Bye, everybody.